What's up, HQTs? Welcome to the big weekend game. Now, tonight is going to be a really exciting one. Can you feel it? Some of you may recognize me as the HQ UK host. About the rest, well, you're wondering who in the world am I right now, aren't you? I'm probably expressing that candidly in the chat as well. Oh, we love the chat. Well, Scott is out living the A-list life right now. He'll be back very soon, tomorrow actually. In the meantime, I'm Sharon Carpenter, your inquisitive question asker, and I'm live in the city that never sleeps and is certainly not cheap. New York City, of course. We're not cheap either over here at HQ, because do we have a grandiose prize in store for you tonight? Yeah, we do. We see you out there, players. Hello to Brittany Strauss, to Dylan, Caprice Feldman, Tyler Melly, Quincy Brandon, and Frostylicious. Hi to Sunshine, Desi, and Abby in LA. Hey, guys. Happy birthday to Liv Soccer, to Stephanie Guzman, Joe, Kelly, and David. Happy anniversary to Rachel Ward and John Waters. Congrats to you guys. And hi to 6-year-old Brady, who's an HQ Pro, apparently. Yeah, well done to you. Now, if this is your first time playing, the rules are simple. I'm going to ask you a series of questions ranging from easy to hard. You have 10 seconds to tap the answer. If you get it correct, you move on. Answer all 12 right and you win, or you split that cash. And this prize is a sight for sore eyes. It's a tremendous $25,000. You could quit your day job for at least a month for that kind of cash. Buy a new car or the world's most expensive taco. It's infused with gold, so well worth it. But before you eat it, you've got to beat it, of course. And there are 1.7 million of you competing against each other live right now around the world. That's a lot of people. So let's get this meal started with Q1. Bonnie and Clyde were wanted by police for committing what crime? Bank robbery, excessive PDA, destination wedding. Bonnie and Clyde. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z. These glamorized villains were more into getting rich than getting hitched, bungling their efforts in reality much of the time. They were wanted for bank robberies, of course, and 1.6 million of you are one step closer to the bank right now. Bonnie and Clyde pulled off several bank robberies between 1932 and 34, but at least they weren't making out on the subway. Would have been way worse. Q2. In the Bible, Moses came down from Mount Sinai with tablets containing what? 10 commandments, 20 coupons, 6,000 unread emails. Must have been quite the trek coming down that mountain. 50% off a foot massage was well deserved after that walk, but sadly coupons weren't invented yet. It's the 10 commandments. Of course, wasn't that tough there, was it? 1.6 million if you commanding a win here on Q2. Now, the 10 commandments were, of course, retold in the book of Exodus and that Biggie Smalls track as well. Hey, HQTs, if you think tonight is big, well, buckle up. HQ will make history once again this week. On Wednesday, Dwayne Johnson will be here. Yep, The Rock will join Scott live to give away $300,000. His new movie, Rampage, presents our biggest game ever. Yep, $300,000 on Wednesday at a very special time. So keep your phones really close to you that day. You do not want to miss it, that's for sure. Q3. Which of these professionals is most likely to claim to have ESP? Lifeguard, psychic, gym teacher. If you know what ESP is, that's half the battle, isn't it? So otherwise, you have to make a good guess. They'll help you find love and money for $50 an hour, but the real ones may actually have ESP. No, not your gym teacher. It's a psychic. Psychic is the answer we were looking for. 1.4 million if you have those psychic abilities. ESP stands for extrasensory perception, or extra silly person for believing them. Q4. What is the capital of Australia? Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney. Have you been down under? Are you going to be up over this question? That's the more important question right there. After a dispute over which city should be the capital, Sydney or Melbourne, the Aussies found a compromise. Shame most of us have never heard of it. It's Canberra, the capital of Australia. That's right. Did you tap on Canberra? We lost a lot of players right there. I'm going to go with a savage question. Yes, that was a savage one. That was a brutal one. It really was grim. 251,867 of you are still with us. Good on ya. Now, we can snicker all we want, but the world is still convinced our capital is New York. Q5, a restaurant dish that is prepared when you order it is said to be cooked how? À la plancha, à la minute, à la carte. How my accents. Nailed them, didn't I? Doesn't sound like the best choice to order if you are starving. Glad that it's fresh, but mad at the wait time. It's à la minute. That is the answer we are looking for. We lost a ton of you again right there. I'm going to go with savage again. Double the savage right there. Over 200,000 of you gone in an instant on Q5. 58,738 of you are still cooking your way towards the win. Now, when food is prepared to order, it's referred to in chef talk as à la minute. But how misleading? More like 40 minutes and counting. Q6, when spelled out, what is the only number whose letters appear in alphabetical order? 11, 4, 40. What's your lucky number tonight? Maybe you actually know the answer here. As Jay-Z put it, numbers don't lie. The only number that is spelled in alphabetical order is the big 40. It's 40. That's what we are looking for. I hope you tapped it, and I hope you tapped it well. 30,929 if you know your ABCs. Now, 40 is also the standard number of hours in the American work week and the year people stop counting their birthdays. Q7. The titles of most Sherlock Holmes stories begin with what three words? The mystery of, the case of, the adventure of. Follow the clues, my dear Watson. What are they pointing to? Oh, pretty apt wording for a Sherlock story. Arthur Conan Doyle was sure creative with his tales, not so much with his titles, because he used the adventure of many, many, many times. The adventure of is your winning answer, and that was another savage one right there on Q7. As we say in the UK game, that was a sausage question. 5,550 of you are still with us. You solved that mystery there. Now, over 50 short stories about Holmes were titled as adventures, but there's no greater adventure than the one that you're on right now, is there? Q8. By definition, aleatoric music is considered to be what? Random, cinematic, mournful. Not alien music, but aleatoric music. 3 random answers here, but one is way more random than the rest. That's right, it's random. That is your answer here. 3,356 of you making beautiful music here on Q8. From the Latin word meaning dice, aleatoric music features one or more elements left to chance. Sounds like they may need to practice first, though. Q9. Which of these iconic mountains sits at the southernmost latitude? Mount Everest, K2, Mount Fuji. Are you going to climb this mountain the way you climbed the others? All 3 mountains have degrees in common, in one way at least. They're all freezing at the top, but one is much closer to the equator at a latitude of 28 degrees, and that one is Mount Everest. That's right, and another savage question. What is happening in tonight's game? All these savage questions, just 629 of you left in the game on Q9. Meanwhile, Mount Fuji is close to Tokyo with a latitude of 35 degrees north, similar to K2. Wow, what a game. Q10, a famous 1977 FBI sting to unmask KGB operatives had what curious name? Moscow Mule, Fancy Bear, Lemonade. Making me thirsty. This question right here may sound like an attempt to score Beyoncé tickets, but this notable sting ended with 2 Soviet officers standing trial for espionage. It's Operation Lemonade. Lemonade is your winning answer here. 314 of you squeezing your way to the next round. All we need now is the movie version of this spy story. Steven Spielberg, if you're out there watching. Q11, our penultimate round. Which singer does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Janet Jackson, Celine Dion, Madonna, 3 of the most famous women in the world. It's shocking that any of these 5-star artists don't have a star. Nominated in 1990, she wasn't buying it. Literally. The Material Girl herself, Madonna. She said no, and 89 of you got that correct. Madge probably chose to spend the $40,000 fee on a diamond cone bra instead. So keep shining, players, because we are moving on to the final round with just 89 players left in the game, down from over $2 million, $25,000 up for grabs right now. Who's going to take it home? Which of these classic novels has the longest first sentence? The Old Man and the Sea, The Sound and the Fury, The Great Gatsby. Everything is riding on your answer to this question right here, but no pressure at all. In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Never underestimate Ernest Hemingway. He was famously concise, but this first sentence has a wordy 26 words in it about an old man. The Old Man and the Sea for the win, and we have 31 winners. You rocked it! Massive congratulations to our 31 winners. You should be feeling extra great right now. You are taking home $806.46. We've got 13 RPM. He's smiling quite hard with his shades on in his Avi. We've got JM McCauley, 93, looking kind of feline right there. Kate Loss, I'm not sure what you're doing in your Avi right there, but congratulations to you as well. Leah Rokeley and many more winners tonight, so well done. What are you going to do with the cash? That's the big question. Maybe make a donation to Madonna's Hollywood Walk of Fame star, or go see a psychic and hope she or he has ESP. What an incredible, incredible game, players. You came, you stayed, and you slayed. I'm Sharon Carpenter. I had a blast hanging out with you all, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the handle on your screen right here. That's where you can find me, at Sharon Carpenter. Now, of course, Scott is back tomorrow for a double dose starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. And do not forget, on Wednesday, we are giving away $300,000, and The Rock will be here as well. Until then, winners enjoy your earnings, players enjoy your learnings. Have a great night. Bye.